briefly about your relationship with Kyle Kent? Because you got Jake as your quarterback coach, you got Mouse as the, but I mean, he's been a constant here. Worked with Brock a lot. Got one of the biggest wins in program history at Oklahoma. I mean, what's he like, and what does he do to help you, I guess, stay really clear up here?
Yeah, I mean, I would say he has the toughest job just on the field with us quarterbacks because, if we have a bad play or a good play, he's the one that's got to keep us level-headed and, consistently play through the failures and the ups and downs. And so I love Kyle, and he's just been there for me the whole time. And I know he's been kind of trying to work on himself as well on the field, how he interacts with myself and how he interacts with the team. And so I think he's done a good job of that, and he's an asset for us in that QB room.
What's it like to have layers of mentors like that, though? I mean, you've got, your dad's got the NFL background, he's a coach. You got Jake, you got him. I mean, just a lot of different layers helping you.
Yeah, I mean, all of them have been at, the highest level and have done it. Kyle, he's beaten 2 top 10 teams, and when he was here, and, Coach Waters did his thing at K-State. And so just having those 2 guys and all the, knowledge that they bring to the room, it's so helpful to us, and not even just me, but the other quarterbacks as well.
Was there anything emotional about the game on Saturday? I'm sure you were asked about it, but I mean, just it looked like you were pretty locked in out there.
Yeah, I was locked in. My only goal was to get the win. That's all I wanted to do was just, win up there in Morgantown.
With Jaden and Jalen, how do you manage having 2 number 1 wide receivers? I mean, it seems like in an offense, usually one guy kind of emerges, and that hasn't been the case for 2 years now with those guys.
Yeah, I think it's just the play calling that Mouse brings to the table, and how to get the ball to those guys in different scenarios, because we're not trying to just get the ball to one guy the whole game. And, we want to disperse the ball and make it harder for the defense to cover all the guys. And so like we saw Eli Green, he came in and stepped up for us big time with 2 big catches. And so you never know when somebody's going to make the big catch, and that's why everybody needs to be prepared for their moment and just prepare the same, and the play calls will come with it.
If you think back to your freshman year, I know you didn't play very much, but how would Jaden compare to X?
Yeah, I would say they're a very similar player. X is a little bit more just wider and built. But I would say Jaden is a little bit just more twitchy, just within his routes, and so having a tall receiver that's able to be twitchy within routes is hard for a DB, especially for tall ones and short ones. So he just brings a different unique just asset and physicality to the table. So I'm glad that I'm able to work with him.
Mouse has worked in some more designed runs for you. It looks like. How much do you enjoy those? And you got some moves.
Yeah, I try. I'm just trying to get 4 yards. That's my goal. 4 yards is a positive play, so if I don't get 4 yards, then I'll be upset with myself.
You guys have been pursuing a hot start on offense, and even though you guys didn't come away with points on that first drive, it seemed like the offense was clicking right away. What steps did you guys take to make sure you were in a rhythm right away?
Yeah, I still think that's the last thing that us offense, players need to work on, is just continuing to consistently, play fast in the first drive and in the first drive of the second half. That's where we need to really work on. So Saturday's going to be a good test for us, to come out fast and see what we're made of.
I think you had your highest completion percentage of the season so far this past weekend. Are you feeling more comfortable, or is that not even anything that's in your thought process right now?
I mean, yeah, I think each and every week I'm going to feel more comfortable within just the offense itself and with the guys around me. And so figuring out how to get to 100% each and every week, I think we found a way to do that, and so I've been feeling good each and every week. So continue to just stay consistent within that process.
Touching on the run game, this is another game where a different running back has emerged and put together a great performance. How important is it to have multiple guys that can just break off a big game?
Yeah, there's so many great players in that room, and so like I said about the receivers, you never know when one guy's gonna get their moment and their time to shine, and that was Carson Hampton tonight. And so those guys put in the work. They put in the work in practice, no matter if they're banged up or not. So they just want to get better each and every week and compete with one another in that room.
How are you guys handling all the additional national attention that comes with each win?
I would say this is a team where we're everybody came here to win games and not really have all that TV and all that news around us. And that wasn't our thing when we came into Iowa State. So our thought is playing each and every week the same and going each and every week knowing that this opponent's going to be harder than the next because they're trying to get their best shot at us. And so we just got to stay consistently prepared and hone in on the details and the precision.
Your family made pizza rolls for the team after the game?
It was pepperoni rolls. Miles doesn't know what he's talking about. Pepperoni rolls for anybody who knows what those are. So.
What have you seen from UCF?
Yeah, I think UCF is probably going to be the most talented team that we've played so far. They've got a bunch of guys on defense that can, fly around the ball, and so having those guys on defense and just a bunch of athletes, it's going to be hard to being able to get plays on and see where the holes are. But we had a good practice today, and right now I feel comfortable with seeing everything. So we're just going to keep working. We got third down tomorrow. But they are a good team, so we're going to be on it. We're going to have to be on it.
What are your thoughts about another night game before you obviously the bye at home?
Yeah, I just think we have to keep our same process that we have for the past 3 weeks because this is going to be our fourth night game, and so whatever we did last week and the week before that, just continuing to do that and maybe switch up a little things to maybe make it better. So it's going to be a long day, but we'll be prepared.